And what did you realize through this process? What did you come to uncover through the challenges of dealing with what you were dealing with medically?
Well, there were so many little lessons, and there were some right away, and then there were some that sort of slowly started to creep in. But the most powerful was that how we spend our days, or how we spend our lives. And for so many of us, we just sort of take our days and our moments for granted, and we always assume there's a tomorrow. And we kind of hold certain things in our lives to be so important, but more important than our time. But the reality is our time is our most finite resource because we only have so much of it. And the kicker is we don't know how much we really get. And so that was my big takeaway is, oh my gosh, my life is passing. It's passing whether I'm living in it or not, whether I'm enjoying it or not. The parts of our conversation that happened 20 minutes ago are already gone forever. And so that just became a really debilitating realization for me. And I chose not to wallow in it. And I said, okay, well then, what are we going to do? We control our life. Everything in our life is a choice, even though a lot of people feel like it's not, and that you have to get up every day and go to work. You have to do it this way, but it's not. There's so much creativity. So well said, Sean. You obviously are someone who's been a workaholic before. The way you describe your life sort of getting away from you. Yes. What's neat is I actually just shared a blog post a couple weeks or months ago about how this pandemic is my surgery and how all the lessons that I learned in my surgery are immediately relatable to this current pandemic because it's our opportunity. We've all had the rug pulled out from under us, which is what happened to me. Suddenly, one of the best lessons that happened to me was my business, like my employer during my surgery, being completely fine with me not coming back to work right away. Like the lights stayed on, their world still turned. And I was like, oh my gosh, you mean they don't need me individually for their success? And I know that's hard for some people to understand or to accept, but it was so great for me because it made me realize, like, I don't carry that whole company on my shoulders. So why am I giving them that much of my life when I realized my family, my close circles, I was so critical to them. My ability to weather that storm of my surgery and survive that recovery, that mattered so much to them. Not that my employer didn't care. They were wonderful during that time, but it was different, to one faction, you're a number and a cog in the machine. And to one faction, you're a critical player.